Alright, everyone. We just got Odin a few days ago, and I want to talk about what if Blackbeard isn't the next EX. I know people don't want to hear that. He's been in the files for 3 years now, I'm pretty sure. 2 or 3. 2.5 at most. But he's been in the files for a long time, basically. We've gotten him, like I said, so long ago. I think around the 3rd anniversary or 2.5 anniversary he was in the files. Yonko Blackbeard, of course, not the V1 Blackbeard. But yeah, I just want to talk about, just in case he might not come. I do want him. I do really want him to come, of course, but I think Roger would make the most sense to come. Black Element Roger. The only hint we have that we could throw together is how BB is coming next. Is Black Element, BB has the dark fruit. That's the only hint. But for Roger, we just got EX Whitebeard and Bounty Fest Odin. And of course, Roger is heavily involved with both of them. Of course, when we see them in the anime, they're like a trio pretty much. And I think Roger would make the most sense. I still think Blackbeard kinda has a better chance, even though it's not hinting at him coming. Everyone's hyped for Blackbeard. I'm pretty sure Bandai knows that. Blackbeard's fight is coming up in the anime in what, two episodes. Not next episode, that's just filler. But the episode after that, we have Blackbeard versus Law. Of course, they teased it last episode that it's happening, and of course, he won't come out for another 2 or 3 weeks. The next EX, so of course his fight should be done by then. And of course, Blackbeard, I do think he has higher chance of coming than Roger, but I still think Roger has a decent chance of coming instead of Blackbeard, because everything's pointing in Roger's direction and not Blackbeard's direction. But yeah, I do think he's coming. But if Roger does come as the final EX in this anniversary, of course that means most likely Blackbeard will come in the 5.5 anniversary. But yeah, I think Roger definitely could be Black Element. Of course, they're not going to say Black Element for just dark characters or villain characters. They're just going to throw anyone in the Black Element, just like White Element probably. Unless if they do, it wouldn't kind of make sense. White Elements for good kind of characters. Of course, pirates aren't really good like Whitebeard and Odin, but they're still good people, I'd say. And then Black Element can be for like the villains, like Black, Rob Lucci Element, Dark Element. But I don't think that's how they're gonna do it. But it is possible. But yeah, Roger, I think definitely could be Black Element. I think he would be a very cool character. Of course, the Roger I think will come. I think it will be well, there's 3 options. There's a Roger who got executed right before his execution. There's that Roger, beginning of One Piece Roger. Then there is the Roger who found the One Piece, of course. I would still classify that, though, kinda, even though it was like 2 years, I think, in between when Roger fought Whitebeard and took Odin, and Roger found the One Piece, so maybe 1 year. I still would classify that as the same Roger. So we already have that Roger in the game, of course, and they won't make that exact Roger again. But I think the most likely one is, of course, when Whitebeard and Roger are drinking together. You see the Whitebeard actually was based off that moment. Nothing really happened. It just, they were drinking together, but that's the exact EX Whitebeard we just got, the one that's drinking with Roger. And of course, it would make sense if they can turn that Whitebeard into a whole character. They can turn that Roger into a whole character also. But yeah, if Roger doesn't come for, or if Roger does come, I mean, for the 5.5 anniversary, that means Blackbeard will come for the 5th anniversary. Or, I don't know what I'm saying. The 5.5 anniversary, Blackbeard will come if Roger comes for the 5th anniversary final EX. But of course, Blackbeard 100% will be Dark Element. Yeah, even if he doesn't come, he will be Dark Element. I don't care. And then I also think, so I think Blackbeard will be the main EX of 5.5. I think they'll start off with either Shanks, White Element Runner Shanks, that can be like Gear 5. I think he'll be like, where he can switch to any typing he wants, but starts off as a runner instead of defender like Luffy. Or they will start with Kaido, which usually the first EX, they sometimes make it hype, but not normally. Like, you could say Z wasn't very hype in the 3.5 anniversary. You could say Big Mom wasn't very hype. Big Mom was extremely OP, but I wouldn't call her extremely hyped or anything. And then Yamato and Ace, everyone, like, they're good, but no one really asked for them. And I don't know, a lot of people think they're a lame EX duo that Bandai just randomly threw in there. But they're definitely good. But yeah, either Kaido or Shanks will come. I think Kaido would be most likely to come first. Of course, I think Kaido will be Dark Element. If they do go off what I said, and they do make him, like all villains Dark Element, and then maybe like better people Light Element. Like you could make someone like a Kainu and Kizaru and Saturn all Dark Elements. But then you can make people like, of course, Luffy, Kobe, and other like Shanks White Element. If that's how they do it, I still don't know how they're gonna do it. They're either just gonna throw any character in any category, or they're just gonna do, like I said, villains and heroes, or not heroes, but you know. And then of course part 2, that means, or not part 2, the EX number 2 would be Shanks. Of course, I'm not gonna spoil too much, but if you read the manga, you know what I'm talking about. Shanks is getting a big moment that easily will give him an EX, just off that one moment alone, easily. And yeah, he'll be very hype. Everyone will want to summon for him. But then you bring Blackbeard as the final EX, and everyone's gonna go crazy on Blackbeard, of course. And all three of these characters are so hype. Kaido, you could say, is kind of less hype since he already has 2 versions in the game, but you know, Drunken Kaido would be cool. But yeah, Shanks, Blackbeard, and Kaido. 3 Yonko Celebration 5.5 Anniversary EX would make a lot of sense. And yeah, I think they'd be really good. And that's what I think will happen if Roger comes. Of course, it's not confirmed or unconfirmed, you know, if Roger will come or not as the final EX. But if he does, that's my prediction of the 5.5 anniversary.